Hi, welcome to another video. I thought it'd be kind of fun to make a small video series on how I film my drawing videos because I have a different setup for when I film like my watercolor videos to my big pastel drawings to the small pencil crayon drawings to my digital work. So I thought it'd be fun to maybe show you guys how I film those, kind of what my setup is, and how I make most of my content on this channel. And to show you guys how I film my drawing videos, and then if you're interested in filming your own, you kind of have an idea of different setups that you can do. To start, I'm going to show you how I film my pencil crayon drawings. So like how I filmed this video and this video. So we're going to go through and I'm going to go through the process of recording one and then explain how I kind of set up, and maybe later on I'll explain the editing process too if you're interested in that. So basically, in order to film one of these smaller space over the desk drawing videos, you're going to need a tripod of some sort, either for your phone or for your camera, depending on what you're using. I use a phone, as I'll explain later. You're going to need your drawing materials and then a place to work. And that's it. Other than your camera, I guess. You're going to need a camera too. So to record my pencil crayon drawings, I usually record them in my room, so I don't really have a big drawing setup for those. I usually end up recording them on my phone because it just works better with the tripod that I have in this space. So I got one of these. It's like a selfie stick sort of thing. What's nice about it is that it is actually like a tripod, so it can stand up and to support your phone that way. So this is what I use to do the overheads, and how I do the overheads, because it does you can bend it over like this. It does work that way, but to get that overhead shot that works really well for what I've been doing, I've actually been attaching the selfie stick to the top of this monitor, and I'll show you kind of how. With my monitor being attached to the wall, it has this backing here. I can stick the tripod just so it is supported by the back area there. And then I just strap my phone in there when it's time to go. I didn't always do this. I do know you can just tilt the tripod down, but then you'd always get the tripod leg in the shot, and I didn't like that. So this is kind of my solution to getting rid of the tripod in the video with this sort of thing, because I don't have that much space, so it would always be there. And it's actually a lot more stable than it looks. It holds the phone pretty well. Let's put the phone inside and I'll show you kind of like the angle situation. Okay, so now I have my phone inside, and as you can see, it gives a good overhead angle. So then I kind of just position the video to how I want it. I'll zoom in the shot, make sure this is in frame, take out things like my water bottle that don't need to be in there, and that way we have a nice look for the video. So this is the drawing I'm currently working on. It's just, before I start filming, I usually do the outline just so that's done. I just basically want to make sure that the drawing idea is on the page before I start filming. Sometimes too, with a filming background, I'll add some things into the background to kind of fit the theme. But for the most part, I might just put in like this pencil sharpener and then the pencil crayons that I'm going to be using, or materials that I'm going to be using throughout the shot. So I'm going to go through and grab my colors that I need and go from there. So I grabbed all my colors. This hopefully will be all of them. Sometimes I end up going back into the book about halfway through, but I try to grab as many as possible. I usually just stick them in the shot somewhere beside, because that way you have a little bit more color and stuff going on in the video rather than just what you're shooting. I find, at least for these pencil crayon drawings, I kind of like to have a little bit of a background going on. For my other work I usually don't, but it's kind of fun to add a little bit, even if it's just the materials. So then I'll usually start recording. When recording, you don't have to do this, but I usually go in 10-minute increments. It kind of makes me pay attention to how long I'm taking to draw the piece, as well as it makes the files not as large to transfer over. And as well, it reminds me then to take some breaks. So sometimes you'll be working on an artwork for a long period of time and then you realize, oh, I haven't drank water in a while and that needs to happen. So I know I find 10 minutes to be a good like start and stop point. And also working in 10-minute increments is smart because then you can check on it every once in a while to make sure that it's still recording. The saddest part about filming drawing videos is when you're working on a piece and you forget to hit record and then you lose a whole chunk to the point where it's not even worth filming anymore. And then the whole idea of doing a video is just over. Because usually by that point too, you're too far in the drawing to want to start again. I'd recommend 10 minutes. It's up to you. Especially when working on a phone, it's really up to you. But that's what I do. Alright. If you are recording on an iPhone, you do have the option of recording a time-lapse, which if you would like to, go for it. I personally prefer just doing regular video, because then with regular video you have more control over like the speed and what gets shown and everything like that. The time-lapse feature on the phones is cool, but I just prefer just to speed it up in post. Alright, so I'll go and hit record on the piece and then we'll get started and go from there. Because I'm paranoid, I usually end up checking to see if I'm recording a lot. After an incident where I forgot to record in the middle of a video, I'm very paranoid about it, so better be safe than sorry. So at my first 10-minute mark, we have bombette done here. We're gonna add a bit more detail in later. If you want a video on how I work with pencil crayons, let me know in the comments below. And I can kind of explain this more thoroughly, but I kind of try to cover the whole drawing and then I go back in with some details later on. So I'm gonna finish this drawing. I'm gonna keep recording it using the camera above there. And when I'm done, I'm gonna come back and we're gonna have some final thoughts and stuff like that. But yeah, so see you in a bit. Alright, so I finished the drawing. It exists. Yeah, that's a quick look. I'm gonna post the drawing video for that drawing will be up before this video, so I'll link it at the end for you guys to check out if you've watched this video first, if you want to see how that drawing was fully made. So now that I'm finished, you can see I have a few clips of the drawing process. So then basically the next stage of action is to drop your files from either your camera or your phone onto your computer, and then edit them together and go from there. I'm thinking in this series I might finish it off with how I edit my drawing videos together, just in case if you're interested. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments down below. And also let me know if there's any other tutorial videos you'd actually like to see, because I'm interested in filming different types of content on this channel, not just the drawings. We're a full art channel, so we can talk about art, we can create art, we can work on different projects together, and I think that'd be really fun. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below and I will answer them, as well as make sure to like and subscribe for future content. And yeah, so thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.